Yes, friends, you're welcome to my channel. It's your boy Jacob. Now today we are going to talk about the challenges you face when you've just come in the US in your first year as an immigrant. The hardest time for you when you've just come here in this country as an immigrant. Basically it's your first year in the US. Yeah, that one is the hardest because you are adapting to many things, the climate, the food, and many things to do with your work. You are settling, you are moving from another part of the country to this country, so you have to adjust your life to many things. So the biggest challenge which most people face, especially for us who come from the tropics, is the climate. Yeah, the climate, like back home we are used to the cold and wet climate. It's either hot or sunny. But here they have 4 seasons and you have to adapt to them. But of course the hardest, of course, the cold seasons like the winters, you have to adapt to them. And also the summers, yeah, it can be hot. So the problem here is when it's cold, it's very cold. Yeah, it's very cold. And when it's hot, it's very, very hot. Yeah, serious hotness, like you are in Sudan or somewhere in the Sahara desert. So especially in the summers around August, it's very, very hot. So that's one of the challenges, and you need to adapt to them, and weather keeps on changing drastically. Another biggest challenge is settling. Yeah, settling is quite very hard. In the beginning, you need people to help you out with many things, like getting an apartment or getting where to stay. It's not as simple as you think. For us, sometimes our employers help us because most leaseholders, they will need like the credit history to get a house. You have no credit, it's your first time in the country. So sometimes the employers help us. Sometimes especially most houses, they need something like a security deposit. So sometimes it becomes a challenge, especially when you don't know people and you are alone. There is no one to help you. So settling in, getting houses, and adapting to the system also becomes a little bit very hard in the beginning. Another challenge which is very obvious is the food. Yes, the food is a little bit different, especially for us who are used like to matoke. You are used to a certain way of cooking. Here it's a little bit different. You might find, for example, meat, they are put sugar in meat, and you know, yeah, it's kind of funny. Their cookies are so sweet. They put when you go somewhere, unless you really identify what you want to eat, it is different. Their pineapples taste different. Their mangoes taste different. So you need to adjust to the food as well. You need to learn some of the common words, like for example, in our place we call cassava. Yes, cassava here is called yuca, and matoke is called plantains. So you need to when you go somewhere to buy them and you don't know the right names, it becomes a challenge. Yeah, so basically you need to know what you are looking for, and you need to adjust to different types of foods. You need to have people to show you some things. Even us, we had to ask like some Ugandans who have stayed around for some time where to get things from, especially like if you want to get posho, which people here don't know, we need to go to the Kenyan store, things like that. So some of those things you need to adjust accordingly. In the beginning, it's quite very hard, so you need to have friends to show you some of these things. Another biggest challenge when you just come here is loneliness. Yes, there's a lot of loneliness. That's why you encourage to come with a partner, because people here are so much in the houses. You can move the whole street and you don't find anyone. Yes, it's not like back home where people are flogged all over the street, but here it's different. People are always in the house. You can move the whole street, the whole lane, you don't see anyone on the street, and it becomes a challenge. Even if you have a technical problem and you want to ask someone, you will not find them. People are ever in houses. Like those living in the apartments, you might not know your neighbor for a full year because you don't see them coming in. They all work different hours and you don't see them going out. So that's the biggest challenge. Loneliness. There are no people to talk to. If you don't have like relatives, even if you have friends and relatives, everyone is very, very busy. There's no time around to waste. People are working. You don't have people to talk to. So it's better if you are coming here, come with someone. If you are single, it is very hard. People are so individualized. They are with their families, different tribes, different groups. So it's very hard for you, especially when you don't know anyone, because you won't have anyone to talk to. It's a different place, not like our place where you go all over the street and talking to people. Here it's different. People are always in the houses almost full time. So that's a big challenge. Another challenge I can talk about when you've just come is the accent. Yes, the accent. You see, like most of us in East Africa, people speak very clear English and it's very understandable. Yeah, but when you come here, the people don't understand your English. You have to repeat yourself very many times. Even for us, when we are working on our clients, someone will say, I beg your pardon, I don't understand what you're saying. Yes, even for simple words like I want some water, I want some food. The Americans don't understand such words. There is a way you pronounce your words which they are not used to, so it's a big challenge. And also when they talk back to you, especially the Afro-Americans, they have a certain style of English, so they combine so many words. So understanding them is very hard, and for them also understanding what you are saying is very hard because they are not used to the type of English you are talking. So that's also a very big challenge. And after some few words, they will tell you, but your accent is different. Where do you come from? That's a very common question, especially like for us who work with our patients. After a few words, they'll tell you, where do you come from? Because your style of English reports where you come from. So they always say, where do you come from? Because they are not used to the type of English you are saying. So you, in the whole instead, you adopt to changing the way you are talking, the way you are framing your words so that they can easily understand you. So most people, when you come there and say, but you've changed your English, yes, sometimes you need to change a bit so that the Americans can understand you. When you've just come in this country, speaking your British English combined with your home accent, they completely don't understand you. They have a certain style which you need to speak, and how you frame your words and your accent so that they can understand you. So in the beginning, that can be frustrating when you see that most of your clients don't understand what you are saying, but when it's very clear English, but to them it's different because they don't understand the way you frame out your words. So in the beginning, that's a very big challenge, a very big challenge. Then another challenge which I can talk about, like for us who are in the health field, is adapting to the style of health, adapting to their medications. Like for us in the health sector, you notice that most of the treatment and medications, people here use mostly brand names, so it can become a challenge in the beginning when a client says, bring for me Motrin. And for us, basically we use generic names, and for them they use mostly brand names. So they say, bring for me Motrin. You don't know what Motrin means, so they are meaning something like ibuprofen. So like here, what we call paracetamol at home, they call it Tylenol. So you need to adjust to such things. And also if you are to settle in quickly, like in a medical field, you need to know various types of documentation, various types of treatment. So the quicker you settle in, the quicker you learn things, the easier things are for you. So those are a little bit of challenges. The challenges are quite very many in the beginning, but as you settle in, especially in the first year, as you settle in after the end of the year, you adapt quickly to the system. And also what can help you is get friends. You can get probably some African friends are very good, like the Nigerians. If you're Ugandan, you can there are many Ugandan groups and people who can help you. Just here, it's more of tribalistic. Everyone is more in their tribe. The Spanish are by themselves, the Nigerians are by themselves, the Sierra Leone are by themselves. So people are categorized into groups. So you need to find your level, and the quicker you find it, the quicker you find people who can know you, people who can help you. Other tribes find it very easy, like the Philippines have people who are immigrated for a very long time. The Kenyans have their associations, they have their restaurants, but especially like for us Ugandans, we are not so many, so it becomes a challenge to adjust and know people who can help you. So in the beginning, the most important thing is try to adapt to the system as early as possible. Be willing to learn. That's a very important thing. Don't be static. Yes, be willing to learn, and the system will be very easy for you.